students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Do you remember that in my previous class I had taught you one poem? My smartphone isn't very smart. I hope you have understood that poem, you have done the exercises also, and you have started learning that poem also for the recitation. So children, today I am here to teach you another poem from your textbook, and the name of that poem is Windy Nights. Let's have a look. So let's start with this poem. This poem is Windy Nights and it is written by the poet R.L. Stevenson, whose full name is Robert Louis Stevenson. R.L. Stevenson is not only a poet but he is also an author because he has written many novels also. His famous novels are Treasure Island and Kidnapped. And he is basically known as a nature poet because if you go through his work, whether it is a poem or it's a novel, you'll come to know that he is a great nature lover and he always talks about nature in his poems or in his novels. So today we are going to recite the poem Windy Nights first and then I will explain you its meaning. So you all have received the PDF of the poem. Let's recite the poem first. Whenever the moon and stars are set, whenever the wind is high, all night long in the dark and wet, a man goes riding by. Late in the night, when the fires are out, why does he gallop and gallop about? Whenever the trees are crying aloud and ships are tossed at sea, by on the highway, low and loud, by at the gallop goes he. By at the gallop he goes, and then by he comes back. By at the gallop he goes, and then by he comes back at the gallop again. So let me start with the explanation of the poem. Basically, this poet is worried about a man who is galloping in a very windy night. He is going somewhere and then he comes back also. You must have seen many people riding horses in your cartoon films also. In many movies also we see that when a person rides a horse, there's a particular kind of sound which comes when a man rides a horse and that sound is known as gallop. So let me explain you the poem line by line. Whenever the moon and stars are set. So in this line the poet says that whenever the stars and the moon are not seen in the sky, means whenever it is a cloudy night, whenever the wind is high and the wind is blowing at a very high speed, it is a windy night, it's dark, the moon and stars are not visible all night long in the dark and wet. So this night is long. Why it is seeming as long? Because it's dark and it is wet. It's dark because moon and stars are not visible. It is wet because it's raining heavily. A man goes riding by. So in such a windy night, there is a man who is riding on a horse and he is going somewhere. Late in the night when the fires are out. When is he going? He is going at the late night when the fires are out. Means there is no light at all. Late night when people go to sleep, obviously they keep the lights of the houses are off. There is nothing else to be seen and even the stars or moon is also not visible. So there is total darkness. At that time this man is riding. Why does he gallop and gallop about? Now the poet is asking himself why in such a windy night this man is riding a horse. Why is he doing so? Whenever the trees are crying aloud. So we all know when the wind blows at a very fast speed, the trees they move here and there in the air and there is a loud noise of wind when it is moving against the trees. So the trees seems to be crying at that time. And ships are tossed at sea. And at the same time, when there is a storm, when there is a windy night, the ships they seem to toss. Toss means move up and down. So the ships are also moving up and down the sea, but by on the highway low and tide. But at the same time, on a highway, on a main road, which is loud because of the sound of the wind, This man at the gallop goes he. So this man is going in that windy night. He is going somewhere by riding on his horse. He is going and going and going somewhere, and after some time he comes back at the gallop again. So this man, he has gone somewhere on that windy night, and after some time he has come back also. So basically the poet is just wondering, then when it is a windy night, when the people are supposed to be in their houses, why this man is traveling and where is he going, and then after some time he comes back also.
1.
So children, I hope you have understood the poem properly. Now for your home task, you recite this poem 3-4 times on your own and then you learn it. In my next video, I will be coming back with the solutions of the back exercises of this poem. Thank you.